mm, 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 mm. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, we're live. Oh, I needed to turn down the gain on this. It's all right. It's all right. It'll be fine for now. It'll be all right. It'll be solid. It'll be solid. Not worried at all. Not worried at all. Hope everyone's having like a super chill Friday tonight. I'm like an hour late to this, which I do apologize for, everyone. I am super late. What's going on, Christian, Joshua, Rishi? What is going on, everyone? Canteen, Evo, Chams? Chams and stuff? Cody? Hypnotoad. Jason, what's going on? Marquise, Daniel, Angel, what is going on, you guys? It's been a stupid busy day. Trying to get the S17 STI back in the garage so that way we can start shifting focus back over to the VA chassis and back over to the EG33 swapped STI. Still waiting on the short block to come back from out front, so no real updates there on that short block. We do have the heads and everything like that here, but we're going to continue going on it. More content. That blah blah is fire. I cannot get enough. More drive videos. There is still, so we're going to start intermingling a lot of the blah blah and 17 stuff together, so there's going to be a lot of cross-platform videos coming at this point. It's not going to be 100% blob-eye focused. It's going to be engine swap focused and blob-eye focused because there's stuff I got to do on both cars still. So it's a lot of catching up. But the 05 STI today got a whole bunch of love. Got a whole bunch of new parts put on it. The 17 STI got put back in the garage. Finally got it like super cleaned off. Got all of the nature off of that thing. All of the spiders, everything like that. Because it's been sitting outside for the past like 3.5 months. So it's back in the garage. It's safe. It's ready to go. What's going on, Fernando? Speeder 617. Luke, what up, dude? Is it stupid to launch my WRX? As long as you're not consistently doing it every single day, every single stoplight, you'll be fine for the most part. As long as you know how to launch properly also. Gino, what's going on, dude? You watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier? I have not. I never have time to like kick it, watch movies or anything like that, unfortunately. Travis, what's going on, dude? Fernando, don't you dare try to update during a live stream, computer. I will end you. Got homework to do, but just wanted to say what's up. What's up, dude? Hopefully your homework goes chill. Hello, Kiona? I think I got that one right. If not, please feel free to correct me. David, what up, dude? What up? You are never late, just fashionably on time. There we go. Yeah, if you guys have seen it on Instagram, I'm so pumped. You guys have no idea how pumped I am to get the 17 STI back in the garage. That car is one that I've been wanting to starting to like shift back focus on to keep going on that one. There's still a ton of wiring I have to do. We need to get the new seats ordered, the new suspension ordered. There's a lot of stuff that we can knock out while we're waiting for the short block to come back, which I fully expect that I am going to do. Actually, I am going to do it. We're going to knock out a lot of that stuff. I need to get the car up on jack stands. A whole bunch of, you guys will see. You guys will see some upcoming stuff. Where'd I just go? Ordered an AOS for a 2020 STI. That's a good pickup right there. Hopefully it's IAG or something similar. Should I get an 08 STI with a replaced engine? Always liked the hatch. I have no problems with like older gen STIs. Getting one with a replaced engine is actually a pretty good deal because you know it's a lower mileage engine. Depending on who actually swapped it and did the work, you're actually getting a better deal than you would with one with an original engine. Personal opinion on that one, but yeah, I mean, as long as it's solid, you got paperwork for the swap. Got a new job today, starting the production lead at Cobb. That's dope. Congrats on the new job. That's actually a pretty good job to get too. Hopefully you get discounts on parts. I love your channel and you have a decent amount of subs. Can you support yourself via YouTube? I hope so. You're awesome. Keep it up. So I've been doing YouTube full time since the channel was around 10,000 subscribers. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely stressful all the time, but I absolutely love it. Wouldn't trade it for the world. You can definitely make it work. Just keep in mind that if you want to do this full time, it's okay to give up some things, like comfort wise, to trade off for something that you want to do long term. So there's nothing wrong with it. Definitely enjoy it. Also, Lorenzo, appreciate the dono, man. Just because your channel is the bee's knees. Hey, appreciate it, my friend. Appreciate it, my friend. I do got some bee's knees over here. What's up, Mr. Horsepower 450 plus? Wow, what's going on, Brad? How you doing, man? Will you do another build after the 17 STI? Yes. So after the 17 STI is complete, or while we're building it, I am going to be getting another car. It's going to be either Nissan or Mazda. I've mentioned this in the past. The next car I get will not be a Subaru one. I do want to branch outside of Subarus. I want to challenge myself a little bit more in the future, just because I've so heavily worked on Subarus in the past. I know a ton of stuff about Subarus. I want to branch out. I want to start learning about some other chassis. There's a couple other cars I've always wanted that I want to try to jump on if I can get a good deal on them. So if that's the case, definitely going to happen in the future. What brand of air suspension did you use? The one where you can control it with your phone. I had the Airlift 3P system with their Performance Series bags. I think they have two different series, but I had the Performance Series ones. They were awesome. They were good stuff. Been getting as many people to sign the petition for the RPM Act. Omni, that's what's up, man. Spiders, throw that car in the trash. I just blasted them all with a pressure washer. If they're in there, they're dead. Hopefully, I killed a lot of them. There was a decent amount of spiders. There was a decent amount. About to buy an access port 17WX. What upgrades should I definitely do before intake and downpipe? Air oil separator if it's a 17WX. Honestly, those cars are pretty efficient. Just snag an air oil separator and then start doing some power stuff, man. Just installed a Greddy SP Supreme catback on my 18th STI, and it sounds fantastic. I have a Greddy on the 05. Absolutely love it. Came with the car. Never would have bought it if it didn't come with the car. But super awesome catback. I absolutely love that one. Where did I get the bleeder pump for your power steering? AutoZone. It was like $30. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Vacuum bleeder AutoZone. Small dog, do you want to go out there? You can go out there, man. You got little feets. Let me see. This is the one right here. AutoZone OEM vacuum pump. If it'll pull it up. There we go. This is what I bought. It was like, okay, it was $40. My apologies. But this is what I used to bleed my power steering system. Worked awesome if you're trying to do the same. Where did I just go? Did the Blob-Eye take your stimmy? Yeah, the tires for the Blob-Eye took my stimmy. Yeah, it sucks, but I mean, tires were needed. The Douglas is on there. We looked at the manufacturing date on them. They were 3 years old. They were starting to dry rot. They were not good tires. So yeah, I did get the new tires on the car today. Thankfully. I'm happy with them though. I mean, I haven't really gotten to test them yet just because I've been like back and forth in the garage all day. But yeah, the Blob-Eye did take the stimmy. David, what's going on, man? Not if the computer ends the stream before you end the computer. If the computer ends the stream, I'm going to end the computer after it ends the stream. What's the plan with the Legacy Wagon? So, the Legacy Wagon is going to be coming into the garage here in the next couple of weeks, to my knowledge, and the Neon is going to the fabricators. When the Legacy comes in, we're going to have to pull the motor on it, crack open the engine, see what failed in that thing, see what we can reuse, because that car needs a new motor. So expect some Legacy stuff to be coming to the channel here in the near future, once Matt and I start cracking into that one. Godzilla versus Kong. Who you got? That's the real question. I'm a Godzilla dude. I'm all about Godzilla. Gotta give it to Godzilla on that one. I got Killer Bee headers with my stimmy. Hey, it's a good pickup right there. Yo, I found a video that talks about your torque plates for the cylinders. Without those plates, those cylinders can flex up to 0.02 of an inch apparently. Well, it's good that they use the plates then, because we don't want any flexing when they're going in there and honing them. Yes, bring back the 2017. The 2017 is making a comeback. She's making a comeback right now. My Remark catback just came in for my VA WRX. Ooh, I like the Remark stuff. Remark stuff is like readily affordable. It's a good catback also. It sounds good. I need to pull the ETS one off of the VA STI, off of the 17 STI. That one's going to be for sale soon if anyone's local and they're looking for an ETS Extreme with no cats or no mufflers or anything like that. That thing's stupid loud. Troy, what's going on, dude? Thoughts on the IAG 8mm thick phenolic intake manifold spacers? Think they are worth the $65. Supposed to help with heat transfer to the intake manifold. I mean, I use them on the 05 STI. I have them on the 05 STI mainly for clearance between the FP turbo inlet and the intake manifold. But in theory, the phenolic spacers do work because if you think about it, The heads are aluminum. The intake manifold's aluminum. You're getting a lot of heat transfer going from the heads up into the intake manifold that's potentially increasing your IATs as you're driving. The phenolic spacers should help reduce some of that heat transfer from the heads up to the intake manifold to help keep your IATs a little bit lower. So in theory, they work. I don't know the practicality and real world use of them, if they're actually doing that or not, but hey, they work great for trying to get a little more clearance for turbo inlets. Also, Plumber, appreciate the donos, man. We got a unicorn and a hippo over there. I'm all about it. I'm all about it. And Perry the Pear. I'm all about it. I love Perry the Pear. Perry the Pear is probably my favorite dude that swings through. Also, the hatch exhaust plumbing is different from the sedan model. This limits your exhaust option. It does. It does. Keep that in mind. It definitely does. What are the numbers to monitor on my access port for ethanol fuel? I forgot to ask my tuner the info when he gave me the car. It was reading 58.9. Now it's reading 69.8. Is that good? So if you have a flex fuel sensor in your car, which I'm assuming you do if you're on a flex fuel tune, the flex fuel sensor is going to modify the tune a little bit to adjust for whatever percentage ethanol content that goes into it. If you're tuned on E70, but you end up getting like an E50 blend in the car's just going to adjust a little bit. You're not going to make as much power as you would on that full E70 if you are at that E50, but it's totally fine unless you're on like a straight up only E85 tune. Just expect a little bit less power in there. Get a Speed 3. A Speed 3 would be a cool car. I do like me some hatchbacks. Chat jumped. Chat, why you jump? Why you jump on me? My next car after my Subaru will very likely be V8 powered. But nothing wrong with that. V8s are fun. I used to have a couple V8s. I like V8s. Soon expecting to tune my 2016 STI. Ooh, hopefully you make all the power. ND, Miata, and K-swap it or Speed 3 build. See, that's what I'm saying, because that would be some cool stuff. I have been like keeping an eye out for a couple. So the cars that, all right, I'm getting off topic now, but the couple cars I've been like keeping an eye out for is like S13 hatch, just a shell, because an S13 is one that I've wanted to build for a very long time. Plus, I really love the pop-up headlights on the hatchback version of it. Older Miatas, FD RX-7 shells, like preferably one that's not running because they're a lot cheaper, and I wouldn't mind going through there and actually taking the time to rebuild it. But I've been keeping my eye out on the market for that stuff. All the dogs are freaking out. Thanks, dude. I'm very excited about it. Now, 2 out of 3 leads at Cobb are in our local Subi Club. Hey, that's awesome. That's good to hear. Are AOS systems going to go away after the RPM Act? No, I don't think so. What I do foresee happening, so a lot of like speculation about the RPM Act stuff. So I'll touch on this a little bit more. I don't foresee the EPA crackdown to be as extreme as people are making it out to be. I do expect it. There's going to be a middle ground. There's going to end up being a middle ground between the EPA, SEMA, and the RPM Act, all that stuff. That middle ground's probably going to end up turning into like catless downpipes. You can't vent things to the atmosphere, something along those lines. But I don't think it's going to get as extreme as people are making it out to be. To answer the question directly, do I think AOSs are going to go away with the RPM Act? No, I don't. Do I think that the competition series ones that vent everything to the atmosphere will? Potentially, or they're literally going to be limited to track use only, and the police might start cracking down on modified cars a little bit more if you get pulled over for, say, speeding and they want to look under your hood and they see anything that might vent something to the atmosphere, then yes, I do think it's going to be a little more stringent on that one. But for AOS systems that vent everything back into the atmosphere, or everything back into the system, I don't see those ones going away. I know Cobb was working to get CARB legal certifications for their air oil separator, so if they're able to get a CARB legal sticker for their AOS, I don't foresee those disappearing. Also, Plumber, appreciate the dono, man. Best catback to buy with Stimmy. Plumber, you got to remind me what chassis you got, my dude. Remind me what chassis you got, and I'll shoot you a couple recommendations. Connor, appreciate the dono as well, man. We got like super cool dude just like chilling it there. Wish me luck. I'm chasing a vacuum leak that's messing with my fuel trims and messing with timing. But no knock, no damn changes. Do the soapy water method. It's free. Just spray the entire engine bay with soapy water. Look for the bubbles. When you see the bubbles, bam, you got your boost leak or your vacuum leak solved. Hey, a rotary engine sounds amazing. Why not for a new project? That's what I'm saying. I like weird engines. I like rotaries. I don't know a ton about rotaries. Don't get me wrong, but I'd love to learn and I'd love to be able to like dig into a rotary. Hey man, looking forward to seeing that EG33. Same. We're gonna get the rest. I pretty much have the entire fuel system for that car here. The dual radium fuel pump setup is already in the car with dual wall bureau 450s in there. I just need to run power up to the battery for that one, and that one's gonna be installed. I already have the fuel pressure regulator. I already have the injectors. I already have the fuel rails. We just have to make fuel line, and then the fuel system is done on that car, which is gonna be awesome. Glad to get that one knocked out of the way. But we got a long way to go with that thing. Also, Cody, appreciate the dono, my friend. Last to hit the like button drives a hybrid. Ha! Do you think I should heat wrap or ceramic coat my downpipe? Ceramic coat, 100%. It's going to be better than heat wrap. Not a huge fan of heat wrap. I typically try to avoid it where I can, because if you were to get like oil or coolant, anything oil based on your wrap, and then for any reason out there for it were to ever catch on fire, huge safety hazard. Ceramic coating is a lot better in my opinion. It's going to be a little bit more expensive, but it is a little bit better overall. I think it has a little bit better heat capabilities too. Get a MKV. Isn't that a Lincoln? A Lincoln MKV? Is that a Lincoln? You just told me to get a Lincoln. Lincoln MKV. That is a Lincoln. Why would I get a Lincoln? Why would I get this? Is this what we're talking about? Christian, appreciate the dono also, man. Why would I get a Lincoln MKV? MKZ. What is an MKV? What is an MKV now? I don't even know what an MKV is. Unless I'm like totally missing it. I mean, it'd be interesting. 15 plus. ETS with a 3-inch muffler is pretty good catback to snag. If you want single exit, Tomei is pretty popular. I'm personally not a huge fan of the Tomei just because of the size of the muffler. I typically like the quad exhaust tip style. Nameless Performance is another really good one. Supra, MK4 Supra. Jesus, I don't know why I read that as MKV. Nameless Performance is another really good one. Grimspeed, if you're not looking for something that's like stupid loud but still gives good like decibel levels. What else? Q300 if you want one that's like right in the middle of sound levels. There's a lot of good ones. I typically prefer the ETS with like a 3-inch muffler. Sounds the best. It's not super droney, and it looks good. I personally like the 4-inch stainless steel exhaust tip, the quad one. I think it just fits the rear end a little bit better. Ooh, I like inhaled spit. I think it fits the rear end a little bit better, and it just looks a little more, I guess if you want to call it mature, I guess. I don't know. I like it. It's a Volkswagen Golf. Oh, GTI. Jesus, I'm all over the place. I was actually looking at GTIs not too long ago. German cars are, I've never really worked on a German car outside of like an M3, and those ones were like stupid annoying to work on. LOL, remember the 1320 thing last? Yeah. Yeah, I remember the 1320 thing. I didn't know a 1320 was a quarter of a mile, all right? My bad. What company do you recommend for intake downpipe from, Grimspeed or Cobb? Cobb 100%, because I guarantee you if you're using an OTS tune, Cobb. Remember, Cobb OTS tunes, Cobb parts. If you're going to be getting like a Pro Tune or something like that, or an E-Tune, then get Grimspeed parts. Pretty good setup. You can get an E-Tune on that one. Jeez, Daniel, appreciate the dono, man. Coming in here, killing it. Killing it, absolutely. Jesus, also appreciate the dono and Evan. Jeez, you guys come and hype up the chat every single time. Appreciate the donos, you guys. You guys always come into these live streams, kill it every single time. Glad I can help answer your guys' questions. Rishi, if you can afford it, get ceramic. 100% ceramic coat. Ceramic coat. Sheesh, I like my CVT. CVTs are all right. I'm not a huge fan of CVTs, but they're all right. Hey, dude, I wanted to let you know I appreciate you and your channel. You actually brought me out of a rough spot with your awesome content. Well, I'm glad I can help. And if you guys ever need to talk, feel free. Just like feel free to like drop a message and like I can try to find something. Drop a comment on YouTube to let me know, because Instagram messages I get so lost in. But if you guys are ever going through anything like a hard time or anything like that, feel free to reach out. We've all gone through hard times, and it can suck at times. But just know if you guys need someone to talk to, I'm definitely here for you guys. When I'm not like wrenching away in the garage and throwing tools across the garage. But just know, I always get back to you guys as much as I can on the YouTubes. Also, geez, Jesus, appreciate the other dono, my friend. You guys come in here, you guys kill it every single stream. 2017 STI. Who dis? I have a new phone, JK. Oh, congrats on the new phone, Logan. Cody, appreciate the dono, man. Hand out them likes too, that's what I'm saying. Like this stuff. Who's the guy that took the job as Cobb production manager? No idea on that one. I have a Mac, unfortunately, okay? We can all judge my Mac. It's not the greatest, but it works. It's actually really good for editing. I actually really like my Mac for editing, but aside from that, I don't like this thing. Hey Tanner, watch the EPA video a few times. Is the TLDW stay away from TGV EGR deletes and catalyst downpipes and exhaust systems stage 2 safe otherwise? So yeah, stage 2 should be totally fine as long as you have a catted downpipe. If you're going to the extent of doing EGR and TGV, I feel like TGV deletes are going to be all right. Secondary air pump deletes will probably go away. EGR deletes are definitely going to go away. Venting anything to the atmosphere is definitely going to go away. As for external wastegates, because I saw this question come up a lot, what I foresee happening with external wastegates is you're going to end up having to reroute them back into the downpipe before the catalytic converter, so that way all that exhaust gas gets passed through a cat and then it goes out the exhaust. But I don't see like external wastegates completely going away. I just see them having to reroute back into a downpipe. Angel, appreciate the dono, my friend. Appreciate it. You guys come in here and kill it all the time. Yes, the wagon. Yes, the wagon will be making an appearance on the channel here soon. Brian, appreciate the dono, man. Hey, man, hopefully we get to meet here soon. I just moved to the area, like I said, also buying the SYMS and intake system for the 18 STI. Ooh, very good parts. Very good parts to grab. Very good parts. And appreciate the dono. And hopefully I do see, like I said, if any of you guys see me driving around out in like the real world, feel free to come say hi. If I'm ever up at the mod garage and you guys are up there grabbing parts, or you guys are local and you see me, feel free to come up and say hi. I'm literally just I'm just like this in person. I promise. I promise. I'm just a normal, chill dude whenever you guys see me. My 2004 STI build is getting crazier and crazier by the day. Once you start, you can't stop. That's how it started with me. I did not mean for the 05 STI to get to the extent that it got, but it definitely got to that part real quick, because you get in the mentality of like, well, it's a car that's 16, 17 years old. While I'm in there, I might as well just do this, because it's right there. It's so much easier to access. While the motor's out, I might as well just knock out all this. It's a downward spiral. It's a downward spiral. Any way to prepare for the 1100 wheel horsepower fear? I guarantee you, the first time I go to drive the 17 STI when it's on its full chooch tune, I'm going to be wearing a diaper. So if I just if it just all comes out, at least it gets caught in a diaper and doesn't go all over the seat. That car's going to scare me. That car is legitimately going to scare me. I'm looking forward to it also. Should I 6-speed all-wheel drive swap with DCCD or rear-wheel drive 5-speed swap for my 1.8? Why not combine those and do the rear-wheel drive swap without DCCD? I've seen people do it before. Solid setup. Those 5-speeds, I'm just personally not a huge fan of the 5-speeds unless you're going to the extent of doing like more blast plates, PPG gear sets, something to help strengthen up those 5-speeds, especially if you, because I know, Doug, you do a lot of like rally stuff. I don't know the amount of abuse that a 5-speed would take before completely just like crapping on itself and breaking. Those things are just glass. Are you going to do any track driving videos with the 05 when the speedometer issues are sorted? Speedometer issues are already sorted. They're all good at this point. Yes, the 05 will be going to the track. Like I said, today I just got the new tires on it as well as some other parts. Before it goes to the track, it needs like an oil pressure and oil temp gauge just so that way I can monitor the overall health of the motor. But yes, it will see track time. That car will probably do some autocross, maybe some road courses if I can get out there. The road courses, they're expensive. What are they, like $250 a day? It just gets expensive to do road courses. Autocross is a lot more affordable. I think those are around like $60 a day. So it'll probably be some autocross stuff for the time being. Don't you do that to me, chat. Don't you dare jump on me like that. How am I this far back already? Went with Radium catch cans on my 17WX because it was easier to install than the IAG. Plus, I did it myself. Hey, congrats, man. The Radium ones are good. I had them on the BRZ. I like those ones. What do I think about the Speed 6 chassis? The Mazda one? I like it. I like the Speed 6. I'm not a huge fan of the overall styling of the outside of the car, but the chassis, the motor, and the drivetrain system, solid on the Speed 6. Talking to you from Texas 2K. Hey, this ish is so much fun. I wish every car guy is here. Texas 2K is fun. I haven't been to Texas 2K since 2015. I went in 2014, 2015. It's a blast. If you guys ever get the opportunity to go out to Texas 2K, by all means do it. I want to try to go down to Texas 2K next year with the 17 STI, if it's all sorted and working at that point, which that's my goal. But I want to be able to take that car down there and just see what it can do. I think it would be fun. Take it to some local drag strips out here first, see what it can do, because I want that car to be able to do like multiple motorsports aspects just by adjusting suspension and swapping the tune. So hopefully I can get down there next year. It would be fun. How much of the cheddar do you get if we send it? So donos on here, YouTube doesn't take anything from. YouTube only takes a portion of like AdSense, stuff like that. So donos from here, YouTube doesn't really pull. Well, they don't pull anything out of from what I've seen in the past. Also, Ravenchild, appreciate the dono, man. Spend your money on what goes between you and the ground. Tires, shoes, mattress, and women. Do I use any racing sims? I do not. Unfortunately, I just don't have the time right now. I am consistently working, either shooting videos, scripting videos, coming up with video ideas, doing live streams, hanging out with you guys, answering comments. Literally 100% of my time is dedicated to working, but I enjoy every second of doing it. So unfortunately right now, no. In the future, if I do start to get some free time, I would like to do some like sim stuff. It'd be kind of cool. Try to like fit one up in here in the office and do some streaming on it. I think that'd be fun. Plumber spin is stimmy on donos. Thanks for all the links when building your 17 STI. Literally snagged almost everything with that build. Hey, anytime. The links are all over the place too. I think they go between like Rally Sport Direct, Import Image Racing, the Mod Garage, Amazon, whole bunch of places. But the 05 have all that stuff in the 05 as well. Ooh-wee, S chassis, bro. That's what I'm saying. I want an S13. They're cool cars. S13 hatchbacks. I like the hatchbacks. Not a lot of people like the hatches. I like them. Just detailed my STI. Ooh, I need to do that on the 17. I did a quick wash on it to get like I said, all the spiders and stuff off, but that thing needs some love. And I have to take all of the I gotta take all the wrap off the 17 STI. I'm not looking forward to that, but it needs to happen. I miss the blue. Trying to look up Dom's video on phenolic spacers. Hey, I didn't know Dom had a video. What's my opinion on going Cobb 20G, non-external wastegate uppipe, 1050X, injectors, downpipe, and fuel pressure regulator? How much power can I expect 19 STI? So you're doing internal wastegate, Cobb 20G on 1050s. I'm guessing the fuel stumble fix kit with a fuel pump, I am assuming. I'm going to guess intake also, some of those other basic mods. I'm going to guess that it's going to put you around maybe 330, 340, depending on the tuner and how far they actually push the car, with proper supporting mods as well. Hey, David, appreciate the dono as well. Pick up an SF intake on Monday and access port ordered. Ooh, congrats, man. Your 05 gave me the confidence to start modding my 19 STI. Yas! Yas, that's what I'm talking about. And it's nice, too, because with all of the STIs from 2004 up to 2021, any of them that use the EJ platform, all of the modifications are pretty similar. So I mean, you could watch me do an install on the 05 STI, go apply it to your 2015, 2011, 2008 STIs, and it's pretty much gonna be the exact same installs. But glad to hear, my man. Fox, what's going on, Fox? What's going on, Fox? How you doing, man? I'm looking to get a 15 plus STI. What is the best year in my opinion? The best year STI, in my opinion, 2007 and 2019 plus. 2019 plus, I say that because you get the Type RA short block. From what I've seen, from what it can do in the 05, it's a lot more capable of a short block. But I do think 07 was the golden year for Subaru and what they were doing. I personally, GD chassis are my favorite chassis. That's why I wanted the 05 so bad. They're so much more driver connected than some of the newer ones. It's a good feeling chassis, but I'd say either 07 or 2019 plus. So I've got an access port and a Grimspeed catback sitting in my cart. But what are you waiting for, man? Check out with that stuff. Or should I wait for 2022? I do not suggest waiting for 2022. If you're going to wait for the new STI, wait till 2023. Typically, the first year of new generation of STIs and WRXs that come out, they typically have some type of problems going on with them. Subaru either does a recall, they do a TSB, depending on the severity of what the problems are. I would say give it like 6 months to 8 months for them to work out any potential issues, and then snag one of the new ones if you want to do that. I got a 2008 Spec B dropping, forged short block. Ooh, love the ride. So Spec Bs are nice. I like Spec Bs. Spec Bs are like super underrated too. Not a lot of, well, there's not a lot of Spec Bs out there either, but that sounds like a fun build. Don, what up, dude? And shout out to the small dog. I think he's running around. I made like a roast earlier for dinner, and I think he was snacking on that. Super tasty little roast too. Jose, appreciate the dono, man. Hey, Media, I'm looking into getting air suspension, but I'm on a budget, and is it worth it, or should I get the Airlift 3S? The 3S is not a bad system. If you're just getting into bags, the 3S system is actually a pretty good system. The controller, you don't have the Bluetooth capabilities, and you have a different controller, but overall, it's a pretty good setup. I just decided to go with the 3P at the time, or just keep an eye out for any like used 3P setups out there. The manifold, the controller is all pretty much universal as long as it's in good condition. You shouldn't need to worry too much. David also appreciated the dono, man. Didn't have the confidence in the RA block because as was seeing conflicting info. I trust you and have watched the entire build. So far, the RA block's been holding up great. I've been beating on the car every day since I've been driving it. It's been holding up fantastic. I mean, obviously, we'll see what it can do in the long run with me continuing to beat on it and with me taking that car out to the track. But I foresee like no major problems with that one. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Great channel, man. Look forward to all your posts. Thoughts on snagging up access ports and AOS considering RPM Act? Anything? So, like I touched on earlier, I don't foresee air oil separators going away unless they're venting to the atmosphere. As for access ports, I don't foresee access ports disappearing either. What I suspect is that some of the OTS tunes are going to change, but I don't foresee access ports disappearing. Do you think Subaru will make a Wilderness WRX STI? Yes. Have you got... Hold up. I want to pull this up. Subaru... I don't even know if this is going to pull it up. I don't even know if it's going to pull it up right now. I'm looking for... Is this what I'm looking at? Hold up. I don't think this is it. Did anyone else see that Subaru is dropping a new car in like... I think it's like 10 days now. I think it's like 10 days. I'm trying to like find it over here. Hold on, let me pull this up. Subaru. Come on, where is it at? They have like a Subaru. Let me try like a Subaru countdown new car. Has anyone else seen this? Subaru of America. Is it on this one? It's somewhere on here. I saw it somewhere, but I don't remember where. If anyone else knows what I'm talking about, feel free to like chime in here. But I swear I saw something. Not why Subaru vehicles. Overview, all vehicles, future vehicles and concepts. Is this it? No thanks. Get ready for a new kind of adventure. See 2022 BRZ premiere. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, feel free to chime in. A new Subi? Yeah, I saw a countdown. For a new Subaru being released. I want to say it's the WRX. Maybe it's the WRX. Maybe it's like a Wilderness concept. I don't know, but that really like reminded me about that. They're coming out with something. They're coming out with something in like 10 days. Hey man, I don't know why I just started laughing. Hey man, thank you for welcoming me to Seattle. Hey, welcome, dude. Yeah, what's going on? Would love to meet up and learn more about the area and car scene here in the Seattle-Tacoma area. Like I said, I'm up at the Mod Garage pretty frequently. If you guys ever run into me up there, feel free to like come like say hi, ask me questions, or do like whatever you guys want to do. Normally I'm up there just like doing some side jobs or whatnot, but feel free. Bro, I want to put forged internals for a Subi, but what model will give me the most power? 2020 STI or 2020 WRX? Israel, I mean, that really depends on what you're going to be using the car for, what your definition of power goals are. There's a lot of other stuff that kind of like predicts like what your best route is going to be there. If you're looking to make like over 400 wheel horsepower pretty like by the books, get the STI. If you want like up to 400 horsepower relatively easily, snag the WRX. If you're looking to swap internals, like I said, I don't know what your power goals are. I don't know what you're shooting for, so I can't really give you like a straight up answer on that one. I just went sorta stage 3 on my 17 STI. I got fuel pump injectors, fuel pressure regulator, EBCS intake with catted downpipe, of course, and exhaust. So excited. Hey, seems like that stimmy was well spent. But congrats, dude. That's a solid setup that you're going to be playing with right there. Today decided on IAG headers, Blausch 2, and ETS top mount. Also sounds like a solid setup. Just went catless before they discontinued everything. NVIDIA catless downpipe with Tomei unequal links headers. Sounds amazing. It does, but good luck finding a tuner to tune that. A lot of tuners, especially up here, at least from the ones that I've talked to, no longer touch catless cars. They will not touch it unless it's 100% a dedicated track car. I mean, if you find a tuner for it, jump on, get that stuff tuned as soon as possible. I'm forever grateful that my state tells the federal... Adam, I like that. Grimspeed's AOS keeps the PCV in the system. I don't suggest the Grimspeed AOS. I never suggest the Grimspeed AOS. That thing just pushes a lot of oil back into the intake track. IAG or Cobb, 100%. Cobb, like I said, Cobb's doing the carb legal stuff with their AOS from what I've seen. I don't know at what time frame, but from what I've seen, Cobb was talking about doing a carb legal AOS. Army Guy, appreciate the dono, man. Tanner, what's up? Just ordered my flex fuel kit and fuel pump. Still gathering parts and hoping I can have everything ready for Subi Fest in October. Ooh, you guys are having shows right now? All the shows happening up here like super weird. They're like, you can go for half the day. There's no spectators. Like, why would I want to go to a car show with no spectators? Like, That just doesn't sound fun to me. But yeah, sounds like a solid setup. Hopefully, you can snag the rest of the parts, get it tuned before Subi Fest, man. Evan, appreciate the dono as well. What are your feelings on the Blausch 2.5 XTR? So far, building an IAG Stage 2, 1050 ETS top mount, IAG headers, up pipe ETS top mount, 400 to 450 wheel horsepower is goal. Very doable. Blausch makes really good turbos. If I was to suggest an aftermarket stock location to turbo to anyone, it would either be Forced Performance or it would be Blausch. Both of them very good turbos. Matt's Outback actually runs the 1.5 XTR in his car. That turbo feels incredible. It sounds gnarly. It makes good power. I want to say it was PRE did a whole like turbo shootout with the Blausch, testing it. Good, solid turbo choice. You cannot go wrong with Blausch. The cops don't care or have to know all that. They just look under the hood, and if anything looks suspicious in their opinion, they just ref you anyways. Man, if they look under the hood of my car, they're gonna be like, what? Either car. If they look under the hood of the 17 STI, like I don't even know what I tell them. Is this legal or is this stock? Kinda, I guess. I don't know. Look up slant 6 engine. What's gonna come up? What slant 6 engine? Was this the BMW engine? What is this? 1988 Chevy Camaro straight 6 powered slant flats. What? Yeah, I've seen these before. Yeah, these are interesting engines. They are more interesting. That one's like super interesting right there. But yeah, I've seen these before. Interesting little engines, or big engines, medium engines. I'm gonna go with medium engine on that one. Nürburgring. I mean, that's a cool track. If I ever had the opportunity, I'd take it out there. Should I mod my WRX CVT with 2K or save for a manual transmission WRX? Honestly, if you're looking to make over 320 wheel horsepower, the CVTs start to throw fits around that range. Like I said, if you're trying to make over 320, save up for a manual transmission. Just buy a manual transmission WRX over a CVT one. Trying to do the whole swap, I mean, it's hit or miss. Sometimes they work. I've seen other ones have issues where you can't get the TCM to communicate with the ECU, and then it just creates a whole like string of issues. I would say save up for like a manual transmission WRX if you really want one. Thoughts on slotting lower coil over mounts for negative 20 degrees of camber on WRXs? I've seen people do it. I personally wouldn't do it, but I've seen people do it over the years, and they haven't had any like crazy issues with them slotting camber plates. If you want to do it, just make sure that you still have enough structural integrity on the top of the top hat to make sure that it doesn't blow out if you hit like a big enough speed bump, because nobody wants that to happen. Supra! I can't afford a Supra, you guys. Come on. LOL grandpa car. He meant Mark V. I see. You had a Maserati. I can see you driving a Lincoln. I had a Maserati for like a week. That was a fun car. If I could ever snag another one of those, I definitely would. Mine was 2014. Where's it at? No, mine was like the champagne color. That's what I had. No, mine was not a GTS. It was just a GT. It was a Gran Turismo. That's pretty much what I had, but mine was like champagne brown. Those cars are like stupid cheap too. If you guys ever like look up used Maseratis in your area, I bought mine for like $30,000, which is arguably cheaper than an STI, and it comes with a V8. It's not reliable though. Let me tell you that right now. Definitely not reliable. Plumber. I just ripped him out, tab. Plumber, you killing me, man. You killing me. I'm all about it. That's funny. LOL, remember the 1320 thing. I get negative 2.11 of feedback knock at full boost, 18.5 psi consistently, and negative 4.22 once when I overboost. No damn drop. Engine is an EJ205. Should I? No, totally normal. Totally normal values. I wouldn't worry about it at all. If you're seeing your dam drop and you're seeing feedback knock happen at the same time, at that point, then you know something's wrong. But if you're just seeing like negative 4.22 or negative 2.11 feedback knock, don't worry about it. It's totally normal values. Is it worthless? Is it worth to buy the Grimspeed AOS, or is it pointless compared to an IAG? Pointless compared to an IAG. Like I said, I say this every single time you guys ask about products. There are good products at every company, and there are bad products at every company. Grimspeed makes a lot of good products. I use a lot of their products on my cars. Their air oil separator is not one of their good products. Personally speaking, don't get me wrong, I love Grimspeed stuff. That AOS, no, I wouldn't recommend that to anyone. Do you think driving a WRX CVT is lame? I don't think it's lame. It's not my preferred cup of tea, but it is some people's preferred cup of tea. If you enjoy driving a CVT, or if anyone enjoys driving a CVT, that's all on you. It doesn't matter. What do I think of the R400 Titanium? Good exhaust. It's a little bit quieter than I would like, though. If you're ever on YouTube, Doug DeMiro did a review on the Lincoln Blackwood on his YouTube channel. I was actually watching Doug DeMiro last night on a review of like an 04 STI. He does some cool reviews. Please don't get a Volkswagen. Are Volkswagens like, why? I've never had a Volkswagen, but why? Like, give me a little bit of info. Little bit of info on that one. I like my CVT. See, some people like their CVTs. There's nothing wrong with liking a CVT. Melanie's Impreza is a CVT. Like I said, personally, I'm not a huge fan of CVTs, but different strokes for different folks. That's all that matters. Thanks for the content, brother. Anytime, Daniel. Anytime. We got a lot more good stuff coming. We're also going to be taking the 05 STI up into the mountains here sometime in the next week when like weather permits. I really want to test out these new tires. They were like stupid grippy when I was just driving around like the street. They sound nuts. Or they don't sound nuts. They're like quiet. They're super quiet. Hey man, do you know any? I don't know any tuners in Colorado, especially Logmont. But if anyone is in that area, feel free to drop any tuner recommendations for Jesus over here. Did I see Grimspeed's new front mount intercooler? I did. I was in their live stream. I was asking them questions. One thing that threw me off, which I don't know how much I believe, Grimspeed stated that you can use their front mount intercooler without a tune. I would not suggest that unless they actually have some type of documentation stating that you can. Putting a front mount intercooler on a car that comes with a top mount intercooler and is tuned for a top mount intercooler, the car is not going to run right at all, especially on a stock turbo. The car is just not going to perform well at all. I wouldn't suggest anyone doing it, but I did see their new front mount intercooler. It looks like a good unit. I feel like it's a little expensive though when you start comparing it, because like Cobb is always like the very tip top for like price. Like, that's just how it is. It's what I've seen across, like, all stuff, as Cobb's prices are typically higher than everyone else's, generally speaking. And I think Grimspeed's intercooler, their front mount, I think theirs comes in a little bit more than Cobb, or, like, right on par with Cobb. So I'd be interested to see the actual quality of the Grimspeed front mount intercooler. I haven't seen one in person, but if I ever get the opportunity, I'm definitely going to, like, peek around, take a look at it. We talked about that one. Taylor Walker, you don't got to throw the same question out there like a ton. I promise you I will get to them. ETS makes a better front mount intercooler. ETS is always my like go-to for front mount intercooler. ETS is who I'm using for the 17 STI. I'm going to get an ETS front mount intercooler core, and then just bolt that to the 17 STI, and then we'll just route all of our charge piping on that one. We'll fabricate it all. They need a neon yellow Cobb sheet. Neon yellow Cobb sheet. I don't even know what the neon yellow Cobb sheet. What? Yo, how you been? Hey, I've been all right, Carlos. How you doing, man? Drive hoodie, where the V is the pizza slice. I like it. Trust me, there's gonna be new stuff coming. I don't want to do like another like merch drop like right now. I don't have the funds to order and stock all the stuff right now, so that's probably gonna happen. We'll do an updated one here in the next probably a month or so. Once we get into spring a little bit, we'll do like some spring stuff. Me too. Just got mine. Seen the JDM S4 WRX has 300 horsepower and it's a CVT. Oh, that's not bad. But it says 300 horsepower to the crank, not to the wheels. I'm talking wheel horsepower. The S4 WRX CVT might be beefed up a little bit more than the stock WRX one, so it might be able to hold a little bit more power, a little bit more reliably also. Grimspeed catback can allegedly work off of a Cobb OTS tune. I don't have either of those. Typically, you can use any catback with any OTS tune. Like, the catback's not going to affect the tune greatly. It's not going to affect it to the point where it's going to make any difference in driving. Downpipes is where you start to get a difference in the OTS tune, how they're performing, and how the car is actually going to react to it. IAG or Perrin, the Grimspeed one looks rather small. IAG, 100%. 100%. I don't like the Perrin AOS. I don't like how it assembles. I don't like how it's in like... I'm not a fan of the Perrin AOS. I have a 2017 STI. I'm trying to find like the other comment. I'm trying to see if you had like another comment. I don't see one. I do not see one. Would love an S4. I'd love an S4. Love you. I love you. McLevis, I think. I'm so bad at pronouncing these. Don't judge me. What's my opinion on the 2018 RA 2019 Plus EJ25 upgrades? I mean, so far from what I've seen, since I have that short block in the 05 STI, so far from what I've seen, that engine's been awesome. It's been holding up reliably, no issues with it. It held the power without a problem at all. So, I mean, no problems with it at all. Is it worth coming in there again? Anything to look out for in a 2020 STI? I mean, it's relatively new, so I wouldn't worry about anything too much. Just make sure it's a clean title, I guess, at that point. Mac is undeniably better for video editing. No hate from me, even though I use a PC. I mean, that's the one thing I do like about the Mac is the color when I'm actually editing, and the processing for editing on Adobe Premiere is actually nice. PC, I would like a super nice PC one day, but that's like out there. 2017 WRX need a header suggestions, and if I should go external wastegate and non-external wastegate. 2017 WRX a header suggestion. Good luck on finding an external wastegate header right now, especially for the FA20. I think most of them out there are either discontinued, sold out, not being actually pushed out to the market right now with the whole EPA crackdown. I think once the whole EPA thing slows down a little bit and they start to back off, they'll come like back out on the market. But if you are looking and you can get your hands on one, I know PLM, is it PLM? PML? PLM? PLM, I think it's PLM. PLM makes one. Same with Killer Bee. Both of them solid. I need an AOS, but I'm in Canada, and the Grimspeed is $300, and the IAG is closer to $600. Is it worth it to buy the Grimspeed? Well, we answered this question. 100% IAG or Cobb on that one, my man. I would not suggest getting the Grimspeed one. What are my thoughts on the new Garrett G Series turbos? I haven't checked them out yet, so now I'm going to have to take a peek at those ones. I'm going to have to look at those ones. Watching you down in Vancouver. What's going on, AJP? I was in Vancouver not too long ago. It's a nice little area. Dr. Voss, appreciate the dono as well, man. 2014 BRZ with JCC30 supercharger. That sounds fun. An equal length header and 3-inch catback in summer heat. After driving for about an hour, car stalls when coming to a stop. Throttle response sluggish, regardless of situation. Started last year. Any ideas? So if it's happening after about an hour, I'm guessing it's once the engine has heated up a decent amount. I would check wiring around like map sensor, any sensor, any sensors at all that are like monitoring, like air in, air out, O2 sensors, anything like that. If it's happening after an hour of driving, I'm guessing it's because the sensors or something like that is getting too hot. When they get too hot, it could be just be overheating, shutting itself off, trying to like save itself from like overkilling the sensor itself. That's a difficult one because it's after an hour of driving in summer heat. After an hour, something in there is getting hot. I would go through there. I would check sensors. When I had my BRZ and I had the Precision 4831 turbo on it, I was having issues with it stalling, but it was more or less tune related in that one. But what I did to help mitigate heat was the downpipe was ceramic coated to help keep from heat latching onto anything surrounding it or heat transferring over to anything else. The MAF and the MAP sensor, I had gold reflective tape on. Any intake tubes, I had gold reflective tape on. It sounds like a heat issue with a sensor. Something just sounds like it might be overheating or getting a little bit too hot. Personally, that's where I would start. I know that those engine compartments are very tight, especially when you start putting a turbo or a supercharger in there. It just even so furthers the amount of room that you actually have in there, and with that amount of heat getting out there, it's just going to latch onto everything. If you haven't already, just trying to mitigate that heat as much as possible, so that way you're not just getting a ton of heat transfer on everything. Hopefully that helps. I mean, if you do end up finding out what it is, please circle back around and let me know, because I'm definitely curious on if you find anything. Also, make sure your coolant is burped with no air pockets. Also a good one. The BRZ was like stupid annoying to burp when I had that car whenever it came to like touching anything on the cooling system. Could be another possible issue. But I would think like after an hour of driving though, if you have, actually I'm curious, if you have the, what is it? ECU Tech Bluetooth dongle, try pulling up a whole bunch of parameters on your phone, monitoring heat in different areas like the map, intake temp, coolant temp, just to see that like if it's getting to the point where it's about to shut off, if you can note like, hey, this sensor is getting like stupid high in temperature, or this part of the engine bay is getting like stupid hot, it might help narrow it down a little bit more. I think I am selling my 20 STI. Why, Kano? Why? Hey Tanner, I thought about throwing out another good quirky car. The Fiat 500X is a modern day hatchback. If I'm getting a Fiat, it's gonna be, I think they're Abarths. They're either Abarths or Abarths. I don't know. I would get an Abarth. They seem like fun, gnarly sounding little cars too. Cali car meet and greet. Actually, we were talking about doing like a trip going down to California at some point this summer. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be a fun car trip just to be able to get down there and hang out. Dongle. Who doesn't like the word dongle? It's a fun word. It's also really hard to get when you get a turbo for free. True. That is also true. How much does a low mileage 04 STI go for these days? I have one with 44K. I've seen low mileage 04, 05, 06, and 07s go for, depending on the mileage and the title status. I'm assuming the title status is clean. I've seen some 04s sell for like $27,000 with low mileage, clean chassis, no major issues, no problems with them. I've seen them get pretty high in price, especially with how many are actually on the road nowadays too. They're getting hard to find. Okay, no, I don't want to spend 10K for 450 wheel horsepower. I don't blame you. Keep in mind that the total MSRP cost of all that was also like $17,000. I only ended up spending 10K just because of some of the parts that already had come with the car, some parts that I already had in the garage and everything like that. Like I said, Subarus in general are not, they're not cheap cars to build fast to go in a straight line. They're not. That's not what the car is. It's a well-balanced car. Honestly, 400 horsepower in an STI on some back roads with some proper tires and a proper suspension setup, more than enough. It's a solid setup with the car. It's just they're not straight line cars. They're not meant to go super fast in a straight line affordably. If you want that, like more or less a V8, something along those lines, an inline 6, probably going to be a little bit better of an option. Wear your brown pants. I will definitely wear my brown pants when the time comes. I'm sorry. I'm like scrolling back up through comments, and some of these are just like killing me just because my chat jumped again. I will wear my brown pants. I will wear them. The motor in that 05 is something special, though. I mean, hey, it's doing its job. It's living life. What car were you speaking before I joined? I don't remember. I don't even remember. Thanks, Tanner. Anytime, Dr. Russ. Like I said, let me know what you end up fighting. Those supercharged BRZs and FRSs are fun. I've driven a couple supercharged ones in the past, and comparing them over to a turbo setup, they're so much more linear, and they feel a lot different. Lorenzo, appreciate the dono, man. If you come to Cali, I'm bringing you to our team's arm wrestling practice. Alpha Empire, we are in San Bernardino. You don't want to mess with these guns. I promise. You don't want to see this arm wrestling. I'm joking. I'm awful at arm wrestling. That'd be fun. I'd be down. I mean, I'd get in some arm wrestling. Just don't break my arm. I've seen some videos where people do some like arm wrestling stuff, and like they're like going at it, and the dude's whole like forearm snaps. I'm like, oh. Do you think 650 wheel horsepower car will be reliable with a good Pro Tune? Surge line with super high quality parts. 100%. I mean, as long as you have a good short block in there that's going to be able to... Mate, you're still chasing power. I heard you were going with the... I've seen you post on Facebook a couple times. You're going with a rotated setup, a Perrin rotated setup or something along those lines. 100%, yeah. I mean, as long as you have a good tune on the car, you're using quality parts, the motor's built to handle the power, it'll be reliable. Like, Subarus get the reputation of being unreliable when maintenance isn't taken care of. Tunes aren't, like, properly done. Improper modification. Subarus are reliable cars. You just have to, like any car, take care of them and do them right. Anyone else have any old cars? I got a 91 Miata, 92 Prelude, 93 Impala, Impreza. Jesus. Doug, every time I see Imp, I always think Impala and it's Impreza. The Impreza is 3 months older than me. Does anyone else just completely soil their pants every time they hit a perfect heel toe? Christian, every time. I gotta do laundry like every day. Get a Dom tune, bro. Dom's also a really good tuner too. I think he's over on the east side of Washington, if I remember right. You got it. And I don't know why. I just keep seeing stuff that's like cracking me up. And I got a Bren tune for my E-Tune. Bren Tune does a lot of like good tuning stuff. From what I've seen, he's a decent E-tuner. But then again, with any E-tuner, there's always going to be good reviews, bad reviews. Personally, I've never gone through him, so I can't give my personal opinion on him. But from what I've seen, like hit and miss with everyone. Why are there only 52 likes? Look at that. Lorenzo coming in here policing people up. I'm driving a 2002 WRX with over 210,000 miles with it. See? My 1988 Subaru XT, that car had 476,000 miles on it when I got rid of it, and that thing was still going strong. I have 3 second-gen Honda CRXs. CRXs always seem like fun cars. I've never driven a CRX, but they seem fun. I got Rod Knock on my 04 WRX. Bruh. Rip. F in the chat. Sorry, my man. Hopefully the rebuild goes smoothly, and hopefully you come out making some more power on the other side than you started with. It was a gem. There's a modern day FCA Fiat 500 equivalent to the Dodge Omni. Dodge Omni, Ben, I love your enthusiasm for the Dodge Omni. I love it. I love it. I saw you. Ben, I also saw you swing through the Discord. Speaking of the Discord, some people saw me. I have found the most. I'm going to get off topic for a minute because I found the most terrifying thing I think I've ever found in the world, and I want to share it with you guys. This. They can't be stopped. They literally cannot be stopped. I watched like a whole documentary on fire tornadoes on Monday. I didn't know these were a real thing. Fire tornadoes? Did you know they get up to 2,200 degrees Fahrenheit? They scorch everything. Okay, that one's like a baby fire tornado, but nope. Most terrifying thing I've ever come across on the internet. Got off topic for a minute. We're getting back on topic. I just wanted to share that I found the scariest thing in the world. Fire tornadoes. Nope. Yo, where's Matt, dude? I don't know. I think he's out in the garage right now. 04 2021 outdoor fan. I don't know what that's in reference to. Where's the Discord? The Discord goes hard, no cap. After this live stream ends, I will put the Discord in the comments below if anyone wants to join in. I'll do it after this so that way I don't get distracted on my phone. Actually, hold up. I might get distracted on my phone. I gotta meet someone after this because I'm selling some parts to him. Where did that just go? Okay, perfect. He just liked that. But yeah, I'll drop the Discord link after this in the comments if anyone wants to jump in the Discord. Almost time to tune my 06 STI stock turbo, full bolt-ons, and flex fuel. All of the shop by me want me to do is drop the car off, and they'll call me when the car is done. I'm tempted to e-tune with Ambot. Why do they want you to just drop it off and come back? Like, most shops that I've gone to are totally fine with me hanging out watching them on the dyno. I've heard good things about Ambot too, though. That's not. Fire tornadoes are terrifying. You see, that's what I'm saying. I don't mess with fire tornadoes. Even scarier, fire tornado in your EJ. Fire tornadoes are very real. So I'm saying I'm gonna need to watch that documentary about fire tornadoes. Who made it? I don't know. I ended up going down the rabbit hole. I know we've all done it. Like, you start out watching like a normal video that you watch on YouTube, and then somehow you go down like the YouTube rabbit hole, and that's when I ended up at fire tornadoes. Spiders are worse. The only thing worse than a fire tornado is a sharknado. Not doing it. Ostian, I think I got that one. Ostian STI, what's going on, dude? Appreciate the dono, and appreciate the dono, Cody. Is a turbo inlet worth it? Was looking at either Cobb or Perrin, currently stage 1 plus OTS, 93 octane, AWE track, Cobb, SF, IAG, AOS, cylinder, AOS cylinder, I'm guessing cylinder 4 cooling mod. I want to make more power, trying to spend my Biden bucks, LOL. Turbo inlets, turbo inlets are worth it. The stock one is restrictive. It is fairly small. I am going to tell you now that if you're going to install a turbo inlet with the intake manifold on, it's going to be in it, and it's your first time, let me specify. It's definitely going to be one of the worst installs you have ever done in your entire life on a Subaru. I promise you this. If you've done them before, they're not that bad. If you have the intake manifold on off of the car, they're like stupid easy. But trying to shove a turbo inlet through the intake manifold between the block and the intake manifold, it sucks. It like super sucks to do. I do think they are worth it, though. They do help smooth airflow going into the turbo. Plus, the stock ones tend to melt and like degrade over time. It happened on my 08 STI. That car was only like 3 or 4 years old when I had that car, but they do tend to melt. I've had two stock turbo inlets melt on me. Definitely worth it. Not a fun install, though. Where did I just go? Gone too soon, man. Yes, bro. Next year you should. See, that's what I'm saying. I want to. I sent it too hard. It was my JDM WRX. Rebuild it better. We have the technology, my friend. Rebuild it better. Word, I wanted to make sure you get all that cheddar. That's what I'm talking about, man. Appreciate it. That sucks. Outdoors fan, I don't know. Oh, about the WRX. Just completed a JDM Forester 6-speed swap on my 04 FXT. That sounds fun. With an IAG Stage 2 motor. Car feels slower with taller gears. Yeah. But I do plan on bumping up to more power than my current 350 and 360 torque. That 6-speed is going to handle a lot more power anyways, because I know you're going to be trying to push more power with that thing. You got an IAG block and a 6-speed now. Send it. Full send. It should be fun when it's done. Because I need 4 EAT... Cause I'm disabled? Rio. Gotcha. 4 EAT. Matt has a 5 EAT in his car, and it's a built 5 EAT. Same thing. Like, it seems solid. It seems like a solid transmission. If you're gonna do it and you're gonna build like a 4 EAT or 5 EAT, make sure it gets like rebuilt 100% too. All the 4 EATs I've had in the past have all like given me like issues. I'm not a huge fan of the 4 EATs. Ooh, I can't wait for the EG build to be done. I mean, that car's not gonna be done. Like, realistically speaking, the EG33 swap in the 2017 STI, that car's going to take me some time. A lot of custom fabrication stuff like we've been doing. A, it takes time. B, it's very expensive. C, I don't quite know what I'm doing with some of this stuff, so it's a learning process for me and you guys, because I'm going to take you guys on this journey. Plus, to my knowledge, nobody's done an EG33 swap in a VA STI to the extent or at all from what I've seen. So trying to make this CAN bus system communicate with a motor out of a 1995 car or 1995 year, it's going to be a little difficult, but don't expect that thing to like happen overnight. That build's going to take me some time, but like I said, we're shifting focus back over to it. When I was a kid, I wanted an 04, but I had to get a 17 for the safety. I don't blame. There's always time to improve. There's always time to get another one. Grimspeed just released their front mount intercooler for the GR Subaru. I saw it today. I was on their live stream. Any tips on finding parts for my JDM 04 WRX? I don't know. Is USDM parts. Some USDM parts will be compatible. Some won't. For the most part, Subarus are pretty much Legos, so you can plug and play most parts. If you are looking for some JDM parts, I know JSpec Auto Online carries a lot of them. Yahoo Auctions, and then there's a couple other like online sites that stock JDM parts. Thanks, bro. You legit have gotten me and the wife through COVID because she's down for the build. That's what I'm saying. Gotta get everyone on build. Bro, parts are hard to get. They are. Everything is on like back order. Everything is like out of stock. Totally is. Zap brother. What does that mean? Tyler Stone. What up, dude? Appreciate the dono, man. Is your 240 done yet? Is your 240 caged and your 2J back in it yet? I need to know. I did value cover the USDM not compatible. I don't know what that means. Shane, appreciate the dono, man. Hey, that beanie looks real good. Hey, what's going on, Shane? It was good to see you at the coffee stand today, man. I haven't seen you in a while. Even though I wanted you to pass me sugar through the coffee stand, this little cute, like tiny little dog, little Doge. Tanner, how do you feel about the motor versus engine grammar debate? I get into this argument with people online all the time. What is a motor? What is a motor? Actually, you know what? We'll do this. Definition motor. I get into this with people online all the time. Motor. A machine, especially one powered by electricity or internal combustion, that supplies motive power for a vehicle. I have argued for some reason with people. Motor and engine. Definition of engine. So we can all see here motor. A machine, especially one powered by electricity or internal combustion. Motor. Definition of engine. A machine with moving parts that converts power into motion. There's my thoughts on it. A motor and an engine, same definition. They both fall under the category. A motor can either be electric or internal combustion. Either way, either one. I've gotten into that argument with so many people in comment sections. The literal definition of motor goes either way. It goes either way, electric or internal combustion. What do you guys think? I'm curious. I'm going to keep an eye on like the actual live chat as I'm going through this. But a lot of people are like, you said motor is electric only. I'm like, the literal definition is electric and internal combustion. Parts are hard, do research. They are. Sad day for me, brother. I made a difficult decision to part out my 05 Obsidian Black STI, identical to yours for reasons relating to the EPA, going to buy an 11 to 14 STI sedan instead and keep it mild. Why are you parting it out? Why? Why is the whole EPA thing crushing? I mean, all you got to do, unless you're in like California, I know California is a lot more strict with that stuff. In my auto shop classes way back in the day, motor was electric, engine was combustion. Both. I agree with you. I just joined and we defining motor and engine. We going deep tonight. So I'm saying motor, it swings both ways. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, it literally goes both ways. The definition of motor is literally internal combustion or electric. Back in the day, totally 100% agree. Motor was like electric. Nowadays, it's both. Sorry to hear that you're parting out the car, man. I mean, hopefully you get a decent amount of like money for it. Hopefully the 11 to 14 STI sedan that you end up snagging fills the void. I know for me, when I sold my 07 STI, it never filled the void of getting rid of that car, and I've always wanted another GD chassis since selling my old 07. Hopefully that doesn't happen to you, and hopefully you don't get like the deep regret that I had. The 11 to 14's awesome chassis, very awesome cars. I like them. It's got a mildly more updated interior as well. I do like the styling on them. Keep me posted on what you end up doing with the build, man. Harley Davidson motorcycles, they make an electric one too. Appreciate the dono, by the way, HJ. Yeah, I mean, honestly, personally, I think it goes both ways. Either way for me. Motor and engine are like rectangle and square. A square is a rectangle, but not all rectangles are squares. For example, a water wheel powering a sawmill can be an engine. It can. But per the definition of engine, it can be. I don't even know. We just went out on a whole debacle of motor versus engine. Go on 2004 forums. They have the key. Hit that like button, people. That's what I'm saying. Lorenzo coming in here, policing people up. FA20 DIT forged internal 600 horsepower coming up. Woo! Keep me posted on that one, Daniel. I want to see that build come to fruition. Motor goes both ways. Dirty. Ordered my Boomba short throw shifter. Shift plate, pitch stop mount. 2017 WRX. Hopefully install goes good. The worst part about that is the Boomba short throw shifter. That's the worst part about that install, and it's not that bad. Dude, I have an 05 STI, and I've been following your build, and it's dope. Thank you, my dude. We still have a lot of stuff going on with the 05. Tomorrow's video that I shot today that I still need to edit tonight covers both the 05 and the 17. So a lot of good stuff coming for that one. But I'm gonna do another live stream tomorrow night, you guys, because I was running late to this one. I gotta go meet up with some dude locally to sell some parts. Then I need to edit tomorrow's video. So if I didn't get to you guys' questions, I do apologize. Try to swing in the live streams as soon as you guys can. Tomorrow's live stream, we are going to do one tomorrow. I can 100% guarantee you that we will do another one. We're going to do it at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Just gives people across the world a little bit different of a time frame to be able to jump in the live streams, get their questions in. OC and ST, I appreciate the last minute dono, man. Piggybacking off my last question. All right. Next step to make power was thinking downpipe, but don't really want to upgrade fueling upgrades yet. Focus on reliability for the time being if you haven't already knocked out those modifications. If you are ready to do the downpipe step, definitely do the downpipe, fuel injectors, fuel pump, and at least the fuel stumble fix kit from Cobb. Do all that together as a package deal. But anyways, like I said, I will throw the Discord link in the comments section down below this video. Give it like 10 minutes after it goes live for everyone else, after it becomes an actual video, not a live stream. But I gotta hop off. I gotta go swing out, sell some parts, come back, edit tomorrow's video, get it uploaded. So I got a long night ahead of me, but tomorrow's live stream, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Appreciate everyone swinging through the live tonight. Appreciate all the donuts from you guys. You guys absolutely kill it every single live stream. And with that, I hope you guys have a super chill Friday night, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.